Gets his first points of the game, knocking down the foul line. Jay, it's 5-0 Philly. Paul George, as we mentioned, has been under the weather the last few days, not COVID related.
You don't have to settle for the three just because it's sexy and it's the it thing to do. When you Joel Embiid, you can get into the paint, you can score the post, free throw line jumpers like he's doing and getting it. With that stat, he can do whatever it is he wants to do, shoot the three, shoot the mid-range, or post up and just draw fouls. And that's why I think he's in the running for MVP, because he can do it all.
27 years old now in his 5th NBA season, 3rd overall pick back in 2014 as George has it rejected by Ben Simmons. Green with a 3 in transition.
And not settling, because that's enticing. He was wide open for a long time, and I almost said shoot it.
And it's not that he can't make it. He shoots in the mid-30s.
And don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. You will see him shoot that shot, and he's just setting the game up. I mean, just opening things up for him. After a while, that three-point shot, you know, especially
stretching the floor from the perimeter. Here's Paul George driving, and he gets it blocked by Green, out of bounds. Going to stay with the Clippers, but again, good defense by Philly. George lost his footing and turns it over.
Everybody buying in and understanding who's doing what has been great to see.
Paul George counted and won. A 3-point opportunity for Paul George.
You're right. It's just a wait and see thing right now. But I think that is the question for everybody, because they answered the first question.
We'll see if this is the year, but a lot of competition out west. And right now, the two best teams in the league aren't the Clippers or the Lakers. It's Utah and Phoenix.
And able to get back on a roster to continue his dominating ways offensively, because that is a talent that needs to be in this league.
3-ball goes for Rondo. Good defense by Mann. And DeMarcus Cousins takes it away. Ahead to Paul George. Korkmaz grabs him, and George gets the basket and a foul. Paul George, a rare miss at the free throw line, 90% foul shooter, but he gets it back. Paul George, a rare miss at the free throw line, 90% foul shooter, but he gets it back. Misses the 3, and it's rebounded by Philadelphia.
Yes.
So think about that. I mean, it's hard to get the benefit of the doubt of the voters, and full disclosure, I'm one of those voters. It's
6th in the East. They are currently 1st in the East, and that's because of his play.
Seth Curry has a sore hip. He is not playing. Dwight Howard missing his 2nd straight. A sore left knee. 8 of 15 from the line. That's got to get better too.
Yeah, free throw line is all about a routine, a rhythm. Elite defenders.
That's why I like the Sixers' chances in the postseason. They defend.
Yep. Got versatility, got size, got depth.
This is, remember, Vince Carter talking about how easy it is to dunk. But you made it look easy for if you were close, or if you were taken off at the foul line, just decided, you know what, I think I'll just throw this down. George on the other end can't come up with the threes. 4 for 12 and 1 for 5 from three-point land. Simmons through the lane, lost at that time. 3 on 3. Paul George going all the way, and Ben Simmons thought he was pushed as George cleans it up inside. Simmons through the lane, lost at that time. 3 on 3. Paul George going all the way, and Ben Simmons thought he was pushed as George cleans it up inside. Simmons through the lane, lost at that time. 3 on 3. Paul George going all the way, and Ben Simmons thought he was pushed as George cleans it up inside. As George cleans it up inside, he's got 15 points for LA. And Simmons back-to-back plays turned it over. They're going to say no foul here on the Clippers. Paul George trying to get the step back. Danny Green would not leave his feet, though. Patterson going to try again, hit it again. He certainly is capable of catching fire. They won 7 in a row, 13 of their last 15, down several starters. Kawhi Leonard's missed Now 4 straight games. Ibaka hasn't played at all during the stretch. He, in fact, has missed the last month with a back injury. Now 4 straight games. Ibaka hasn't played at all during the stretch. He, in fact, has missed the last month with a back injury. Patrick Beverley out now for a few weeks as George loses it, knocked away by Danny Green.
He's up on the screen, and that's causing these turnovers and deflections. I mean, that's what you want.
He's bought in, there's no question, to the team defensive concept this year. Tough shot by Paul George. Let's bring in Lisa Salters.
Yeah, Dave, I asked Ty Lue what the Clippers have to do to just keep chipping away at that deficit, and he said, you know, just keep playing.
And he coached him for 10 games in Orlando, and he said just that experience alone, he knew that Ty Lue would be an excellent NBA head coach. He's got 3 personal fouls. And again, they got a lot of injuries. No Serge Ibaka for the 18th game in a row. And again, they got a lot of injuries. No Serge Ibaka for the 18th game in a row. Extra pass to Danny Green. 3 is no good, though.
They're trying to get their hands in the passing lane or at the dribbler, making it tough to get downhill. And then you see the ball moving on the other end.
In just over 19 minutes of work.
I mean, you know Korkmaz to be a 3-point shooter, but the lane was wide open because of Embiid.
Meanwhile, Paul George starting to heat up. 23 points, now his 3rd 3. Clippers still chipping away, as Lisa talked about. Back within 10. They get a defensive rebound here off the Embiid miss. They're saying an equipment malfunction. At least that's what it says here on my courtside app. Turnover there by the Clippers. Here's Jackson. Nice skip pass to Paul George. He's got 23 points. Now excellent look to Zubac for the slam. Ben Simmons, 6.7 rebounds, 4 assists. Trying to free up Embiid on the perimeter, giving him some room here to drive. And Embiid gets it blocked by Paul George.
And I had to learn quickly, get to these bigger guys before they hit you.
Here's Paul George. Comes up short. Tracked down by Simmons.
Something to talk about in the reunion.
We see a lot of guys use the floater. That was an example of you're falling down. Most guys are falling. You still try to just shoot it. Or throw. He just a nice, easy floater right into the net. Ty Lue said they're gonna throw different looks at Embiid, and here's another look of just Morris just getting into Embiid's legs and just making it tough for him.
Here's Embiid going at Morris, gets to the rim, had it blocked. I think Paul George got that again, but it's Clipper ball down 6. Rondo feeds George, stepping into a 3, and it's a 3-point game.
So put him in the center of the floor. Maybe pin down for him just to get him, or pick and roll, pick and pop to get him in the center of the floor and let him do his thing. Either shoot the ball. Oh, Paul George is in a rhythm right now.
6-point lead for Philly. Milton all the way. A lot of contact. Blocking foul is called on Paul George. That'll be his 2nd. And he's made just about every shot he's taken here in the quarter. He's 11 of 21 now for the field. And he's still going. 32 now for George. George with 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Shot clock at 4. Splits the double team. Takes it to the rim. And knocked out of bounds. Wanted a foul call. Didn't get it. Tolliver knocked it out. 5 seconds to go. George against Thibault. Step back. Lost his footing. 1 second to go. Has to hoist it. Gets it away. It's no good. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll shoot the technical. George trying to set a screen to get free. 1 second, he's got to put it up. He does. Can't hit it. Backside board for Embiid, his 13th rebound, and here comes Simmons. Philadelphia trying to win its 4th in a row. Embiid from outside, no good. Danny Green with 3 steals and 2 blocks tonight. 10 steals for Philly as a team. Philly wins the tap. Here is Simmons on the other end. Good play by George, though, knocking it away. But Philly doesn't have Tobias Harris because of knee soreness. 2nd game he's missed this week, and also Seth Curry out with a hip injury as Paul George gets a block again. That's the 2nd block against Embiid by Paul George. Philadelphia back up 3, 3.5 to go. Here's Paul George driving. Got it stripped. A turnover. Milton running ahead to Korkmaz. Milton running ahead to Korkmaz.
Great defense.
And now George called for the foul. Doesn't like it. But a turnover there as Simmons was trying to feed Embiid. It was picked off by Batum. Big possession here for the Clippers, and they give it right back with Paul George turning it over. George has been quiet the last couple minutes, got to 33 points. Has missed his last 4 shots from the floor.
Ooh.
But he's going to score here. A great pass inside as well. And it's a 3-point game with 2 minutes to go. And 11 points his last 3 games. And we're not done here tonight. George coming off a screen, fires, can't hit the 3. Offensive rebound by Morris. He falls down and loses the ball. Batum, boy, tough shot there. Paul George for 3, comes up short, gets it right back, pinballs to him. Batum, boy, tough shot there. Paul George for 3, comes up short, gets it right back, pinballs to him. Batum, boy, tough shot there. Paul George for 3, comes up short, gets it right back, pinballs to him, and he gets the layup.